my pleasure today to introduce you to your keynote. Robert Ahdoot is a 20-year math educator and is the founder of yaymath.org. Yaymath is a free online collection of math video lessons filmed live in his classroom, Oval Office replicas, and even as street performance art. Robert has given multiple TEDx talks. He believes that inspired learning happens only through human connection. He is also the author of 101, The Art of Inspired and Effective Individualized Instruction. It's the complete guide to student connection and elevated learning. You are in for a treat with Mr. Ahdoot. Welcome, Robert.
Yeah, you heard that correctly. Yes, I did a series as our former president. I called it Obamath. Because for some reason, I seem to have a great impression of our former president. It's 8 years in the Oval Office. Kind of out of a job here. And Michelle knows that got to do something. Sasha Malia, yeah, I know, I'm doing it. But little did they know that I have a thing for trigonometry. And I needed to step up in my career. You know how it goes. Community organizer, senator, U.S. president, math teacher. I did record. I'm not going to do the whole day in Obama. That would be fun. Yeah, anyway to connect. There is, speaking of connecting, if you could kindly, before we get cracking, there's a little URL there. It's a way for us to see how well we know our students. That poll was more than 2,000 Gen Zers were asked a simple question. They were asked, what would make your teacher the best teacher? And they can pick multiple responses. And I'm asking us to see how well we know what they want. So I'm asking everyone here to put what you think their top 4 is. And then we'll look at what we said. And then we'll also see the actual results of what the kids say. So I'll just give you a second to do that. So you know the real reason we're here, of course, like you, I too have noticed the incredible similarity between solving equations using completing the square and flirting with girls at the bar. Right? There are endless similarities. Anyone want to call one out? You start sweating? Yeah. It's difficult is exactly where I was going. It's difficult, and I'll speak on my behalf. When I was doing that back in the day, I was terrible at it. I was so bad. And I wanted to be good. I wanted to figure it out, crack the code. But I just kept striking out again and again and again. And because I was interested to try to make it better, to try to improve, I'd go to my friends, I'd go to my cousins, I'd go to my own brother. Like, what am I doing wrong? I can't figure this out. And he's like, all of them, they try to help. They're like, all right, man, this is what you got to do. Here's what you got to do. Step 1. Make eye contact. Am I doing it? Am I doing it? Is it working? How am I doing? Am I completing the square yet? Just like a student. Mr. or Miss, I don't get this. I don't know what I'm doing. I got you, it's okay. Step 1. Divide B by 2, boom, got you. Okay, I'm dividing B by 2. Step 2, what do I do next? After eye contact. All right, dude, just, notice something about them and then be curious and make conversation. Oh, okay. I like the green. Tell me about the green. Tell me.
I like grass.
You like grass? As my mic shaking like this. How am I doing? Right? You're a lot kinder than the ladies in my past. Justifiably so. And same thing with completing the square. Step 2, square b over 2. I mean, a series of disconnected steps to try to solve the problem is not the path. What I wish my friends, cousins, brothers said back in the day, and what we could say to our students now is, I know you're having trouble with this right now. You know, though, that your challenges with this moment has nothing to do with your overall value as a student, as a human being. You know that, right? That we're going to figure this out, that you are whole, you are complete, you are 100. You know that, right? And we're going to figure this out. You don't have to place your value on the success of doing this. Now, not every student needs to hear that message, but a lot of students need to hear that message. A lot of them, they need to disconnect their identity, their sense of self-worth from what they're doing at this moment. And it's our job, I see people nodding, that's great. That's our job to help them make that wholeness. Okay, so that brings us to this. What do students want from us, right? That would be an interesting thing. Yes, so you saw the, I want to ask, I do want to ask. You saw the poll, so I'm very curious.
I think they want to be recognized.
Recognized?
And they want you to have faith in them, believe in them. So.
Recognize and faith in them, yeah. Right on. And did you see one of those responses in the poll? Did one strike you as the one that they would pick the most?
That you care about them.
The care one. Who else said that the care was on your list? Interesting. Okay. What else do you think on the list? Anyone else had something that struck you on the list that was magnetized you? Yes.
Someone you trust.
Someone you trust. Right. It's kind of tangentially related to care. Yeah. Anyone else that here's something. Do you think energetic and excited jump to you? This is a nice room. Remember those 3. Because you kind of answered my question next. I was curious about if we think we know them. You know? Like, the only hesitation I have with the poll, to be transparent with you, is like sometimes it's our job to feed them spinach type of thing. It's like, hey, what do you want? Asking the kids what they want directly. I like to lead from a place of trust. But what do you want directly? I want to frolic all day long in class. Can we have a chill day? Yeah. You know, stuff. It's raining. Do we have to work today? It's Florida. What are you talking about? So that was my hesitation, but I still come back to the faith that you have, what you believe, what we believe that the kids want. So let's look at our results. All right, I'm going to hit that refresh one more time on the back end, and then we'll look at their results, an actual Gallup poll of over 2,000 people. Update, click. All right, here we go. Should be good. Okay, and clicky. Bam. Oh, that's not updating. Okay. No, that was me testing it. That was my answer. This is our response. All right. Sometimes you gotta improvise with the technology. Let me, this is life of a teacher, you know? Good news. It's a whole HDMI, yeah, Lollapalooza. I will read them to you. Fortunately, friends, top choice in this room, they cared about you as a person. Second choice in the room, they made it easy to understand what you were teaching. Oh God, confirm goosebumps, please. Confirm, because I know the next slide, friends. You probably can guess. There was someone you trusted was the top third choice, and they were energetic and excited to be a teacher. So those were care, easy to understand, someone you trusted, and energetic and excited. Now I could go to the actual results. We don't need this. Click, click. Top choice. They cared about you as a person, friends. It deserves being pointed out. I'm gonna let the goosebumps shine into the room, shine. It deserves to be pointed out that you know students well. Congratulations. That is no small feat. And I'll even point it out, cared about you as a person. I'm gonna go to the third choice to make a point. The third is, there was someone you trusted. And the fourth is, energetic and excited about teaching. And easy to understand is the second, right? So that's why I asked you 4, to be clear with you, to be transparent. I asked you 4 because I noticed, like you, that 3 of the top 4 that students want from us are human related. I'm so happy. And the best part is clearly I couldn't predict this outcome with you. So this is an organic experience. And the fact that you know that means you're going to be successful. You're already successful. So that's what students are asking for. They're craving this. They're craving the human connection. So what if we were to make a pledge right here, all of us together, informally, non-binding? You don't have to sign anything. Don't sign a thing. Just make a pledge together with us. What if we made a world where every choice, every word, every facial cue for the students can be traced back, rooted back to first principles, that we care and we connect to them as human beings? Learning is the mountaintop. The vehicle, the gondola, if you will, is human connection. And that's when all the light bulbs turn on. Speaking of light bulbs, I have a demonstration. All right, let's go. Check this beautiful on. Bam! Pretty. Sorry, this is embarrassing. Good. There we go. Let's do it. I'm going to get this one on. It's going to be shining bright. And pow! Oh, this is broken. I guess it's broken. I guess it's not working. Said no one ever. This, don't take my word for it, but I'll tell you, this is basically the basis of why I do what I do. This is the human math brain in a state of fight or flight. When adrenaline is released, when the sympathetic nervous system is triggered, the rational portions of our brain, the logical portions, the calculation portions, there are actually 3 in tandem that work together, shuts down. There's no power to those portions of the brain. And that makes perfect sense if you think about it, because if collectively after this pledge, we're like, hey, Robert, we're feeling so good, let's all go camping or something, I don't know, and we go and we're in our tents, and you hear in the middle of the night like a growl, or what do they have? What do alligators say? What's their sound? What do alligators say? They don't say anything. Okay, so it's too quiet. It's too quiet, right? And we're all like kind of tense. And I stroll up to the tent, zip it down, like, hey, let's solve some equations using completing the square, difference of squares.
I don't feel like it.
No, you'd be like, Robert, get out of here. We're not doing math under this state. And what saddens me is that so many students across the country and the world walk into math class every day in a state of fight or flight without even knowing it. They don't have power to that portion of the brain. They think their light bulb's broken. They say things like, I must be stupid or not be able to do this, but they're just not receiving power to the portion. That is the science by Stanford University. They did a medical study with brain scans, all right? So it is confirmed. And that's what, and further evidence, this is the definition of math anxiety, to be technical. Math anxiety is the idea, the concept of the math portions of the brain shutting down and then feeling like kind of less worthy, like that you can't do it, and it elicits anxiety. So just remember, in fight or flight, there is no light. So, anxiety, right? This is something we learned the hard way in COVID. when we fall into anxiety, or at least extended anxiety, we know this, that the top antidote is people. People are the top antidote to anxiety, especially for children. So what is our offering? What are we actually giving them? What can we give them to engender that connection, to foster it, strengthen it, make it flourish, and make learning become inspired? There are many ways, and I have them all here, because there's so many little opportunities. So what I'm going to do is, I wrote them down because there's a lot of vignettes I want to share with you, in a sense that how we can connect, A, how we can ignite teaching, B, and then Venn diagram when they're happening at the same time. That's the best part. Of course, human connection feels good. We're all in this game because we know that. But guess what? It's great for learning. It creates deep learning. Ooh, that's my little heart for you, but let's go back. It's okay, you're good. Boop, yeah, good. So the first thing we offer is we bear witness. That's what human beings do for each other. And you know this, anyone you feel connected to, close to, if there's something that is positive or negative in your life you want to share. Tell me what the following statement, what the effect of the following statement would be on a student. If you're a student sitting in your class, much like this, they make some sort of little, maybe mini breakthrough. They make eyes with you and you say, I just love watching you learn. Yeah. Witness. Now we're here. I'm having a moment with you. I just love watching you learn. And I really feel it so much. I'm like, well, in my mind, I'm like, how much? And I'll say, I love watching you learn. It's better than Netflix. Is it? Yeah, I don't know. The ability to witness, the ability to witness is fleeting. We have to carve out moments of witness that only human beings can do. We have to carve out moments. You ever give tests for algebra teachers? Give tests? Or you paper tests? You still do that? Both? Okay. Let's say you're handing a test back or something that's physical that you're handing back. Let's say a student worked hard and did well and would feel very proud of themselves doing that. I do this thing where I'll hand it back with the thumb over the score. It's a good score, right? So we're not doing any tricks. Maybe a little butterfly sticker. Make no mistake, everyone loves stickers. And then they're pulling it, right? Imagine this. Like thumb over the thing, you pull a little and you're like, oh, what gives? And then take it, and I let go. And then what's the look on the student's face? And then we go like this. Right? That exchange can only exist in the space carved out to witness. And I love the idea of witnessing. Here's another one. Have you ever had this moment? Feel free to take this, right? You're doing a thing, or doing something on the board, or explaining something, and then the student just figures something out. Oh, so you just divide both sides by 2. Yeah, you know that one. Don't steal my shine. Because we're so happy for them that they stole the wisdom and they simplified it. When I hear, oh, you just divide both sides by 2, try this. Say, I love when students use the word just. Yes, that is all you do. I'm glad. So witnessing that they just had a bit of an epiphany. I love when students use the word just. 8 words for maybe 8 straight days of motivation, maybe you just bought, because you're witnessing the fact that they simplified a process. Here's one too. It goes a little deep, but I know this is the room to talk about it with. You ever had this student? They're like, okay, so what would you say X is? Student says 4. And you're like, oh, that's not 4. -4. 1/4. -4. Parallel. Perpendicular. Parallel. Perpendicular. Parallelly. There's a moment to witness. We are beholding a moment. Witness the moment. You can get in there. Get in there with them. Just be like, I know that you've probably been taught to guess until you get it right. Maybe this kind of throw things on the wall, whop, and hopefully it sticks. And I get why you're doing it. And I am okay with you guessing. Guessing is cool. We want to make educated guesses, right? If you were going to guess, tell me you're guessing. But you don't have to do that here. You don't have to do that anymore. You really don't. It's okay to not know. It's okay to be wrong. So I would rather, if you're making a guess, maybe say to the room you are, and we won't just be right randomly. Does that make sense? So witnessing, get 4, -4, that thing, they're not learning. They're not learning. They're just do like a dog collar, chop, pop. That's just. In fact, witnessing is so powerful. We're going to do a little activity, and I need every minute, all right? So we're going to do it quickly. I once had a student, this is something that I think is great for learning. I had a standard proportion problem. I had a proportion. Suppose you have 6 cups of flour. Each mini batch of muffins is 2/3 of a cup. And then I don't phrase the question. I think that's a great teaching tool. What is the question? What would be the question, right? And then one student, twice in a row, she was like, how many batches could you create with the 6 cups of flour? And I said, well, you're really proficient at phrasing the question. That's like, yeah, you've really figured out how to phrase the question. She was shining. People love acknowledgement, right? And to go a step further, we love it from our colleagues, from people we work for. And I want to do something with you, given that we already made a pledge and we did a fictitious camping exercise with silent alligators. I would like to take really just 60 seconds. I want you to think of someone in your life that you have an authentic acknowledgement to share. Something like, I've been thinking about how well you, I've been recently thinking how much you, and I'd like you to take out your phones and text them. Could you do that?
Like right now?
Right now. Tell them in person. Tell them in person. I would love, in person's better. I see a few people doing it. Thank you. I'm gonna check in with you in like less than a minute. I would love this chance. Or do it in person. Yeah. All right. Thank you for that. The next offering, there are 4 total. We bear witness. The second offering as human beings is we create culture. When you think of these words, I'm really telling you, I put a lot of deep intention into these words. They're human words. To be a witness is human. You can't do witness in the space of one person. And you can't do culture in the space of one person. Culture is a shared set of common values and beliefs. Culture is what we create. The first moment of culture, and I know you know this because it's the fun thing to talk about. I know you know this. Maybe a show of hands or give me a nod up like this. Highly underrated. Don't you love inside jokes in the class? Do you know about inside jokes in the class? Little languages, little things that little. Not, excluding 6, 7. Excluding. Right. That's because it's. That's right. You're actually making a reasonable point if you think about it. The reason why that 6, 7 thing is annoying is that it's no longer exclusive. It's no longer something that if your class made up something or came up with something and it was as benign as 2 numbers back to back, you would actually like it. We would like it. But people, at least it's that. Like, I remember my favorite all-time one, little 4-year-old daughter at home one day. I'm like, hey, Evie, baby, could you please put the clothes away? And she looks up at me, she's like, Santa's got this. And I'm like, honey, you know it's April. And she's like, Santa's got this. And I'm like, honey, that's what we call each other. Honey, it's like H''N''A'. Honey, why is our daughter, 4 years old, little Jewish girl, saying Santa's got this? And she's like, that's Rebbe. That's how her mind works. And I'm like, okay, yes, Santa's now got this. Yes, happily, yes. And you can know that I went straight to class, right, that Monday, and I explained a story to them about Santa's got this. And now it became a joke with us. It was so cool. I'd be like, all right, so yeah, we did some problems. You feel good? Santa's got this? She's like, Santa's got this. Santa's got this. And we would just all be it would be our little thing. Santa's got this, no matter what. And it endures. My wife would text me, can you send the thing to UPS? Can you drop it off at UPS? I just write her one word, Santa. I write one word now. I'm like, Santa, send. She knows what I mean. Santa, pow. The students crave this stuff. It's highly underrated. Another thing too, it's fun in a math game. You know, there's that infamous moment when you have like negative x squared plus 5x equals 4 or something like that. Yeah. And it's like, what do? Do you like multiply by -1 or do you add x squared? Those moments. And the student's just like, I just like to bring everything to one side. And I'd be like, great, okay, so let's do that. That's the Melissa method. Here we go. Melissa says blah, 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 blah. And then you'll mark my words. They'll be like, yeah, let's do Melissa method. I think that works for me. And then you have different methods. Santa's got this. And then you have a culture. You have a family. Another thing that culture comes from is language. A backbone of culture is language. I move to ban the following words from classrooms. Can't is definitely can't is all, yeah, I think can't is iconic. Remove. I'm with you. Don't know's okay. Don't know's okay, right?
I'm going to fail.
Yes, these are nice. I'm going to fail. I'm going to fail. I'll never know. I won't know. And I'm with it. Yeah. Stupid. Here we go. It's on my list. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Dude. Yeah, I just made a stupid mistake. Never call your mistake stupid. No negative self-talk here. I just made a stupid mistake. Even if they don't really think that, it's sort of like subconscious. And you give them corrective language. You could say, small mistake. You could say, careless mistake. You could say, I overlooked something, but never call your mistake stupid. Here's another one. I should know this. I should know this by now. No, you should be exactly where you are, doing exactly what you're doing, being right here. That's what you should be doing. How about this one? What's another one? You got one?
I said, tell the steak that.
Oh, be here. Yeah. We're hitting some nerves. We're hitting some nerves. I've done my part. Here's another one. I would move to say that we don't say this word. We can't stop them from saying it. Easy. We should not say easy. They could say easy. We can't stop them. Oh yeah, Mr. Dude, I got this. This is easy. Like, okay, I'm glad. But if we say, don't worry, friends, stuff's easy. You got this. This is easy. The point is not easy. The goal is not for math to be easy. The goal is to be challenging and learn. Because if it was easy, it's clearly, hey, what's 5 plus 5? What's 5 plus 4? Over and over, yeah, easy. So taking those words out. Here's another one too about language. I worked so hard on this test. I practiced so much. Take a beat to be like, I believe you. I believe you. Yeah, totally, I believe you. Just, that affirmation. You know, that goes, the beautiful thing is that it's applicable to relationships, friendships, classroom. Next is culture in terms of undoing more damage. Remember the moment I had here about guessing? Stephanie, right? Yeah. About you don't need to guess anymore? Hey, if you care about the students, if you know that they want us to care about them, try this poll. It might surprise you. On Monday, whenever Tuesday, whenever you think it's a good idea, say, all right, friends, please raise your hand if at any moment in your learning journey you've had a teacher who's tried to trick you. And watch as the hands go up. Watch as they go up. Their belief, at least for too many of them, is that part and parcel of the teaching game is a teacher doing a gotcha thing. That's part of the thing. Ah, no! And this is what we could say. If you see hands, if you see more than one hand, if you see any hands, you can say, I'm so sorry that's happened to you. And I pledge that I will never, ever, ever trick you. I will challenge you. You all right? I will challenge you. Is there a moment? I would like moments. No. I won't trick you. Santa's got this.
That's their Santa moment.
I will challenge you. I will tell you when you're wrong, and I'll help you get it until you get it right. But I'll never operate from a space of deception. I like to say, I'll throw you fastballs. I won't throw you curveballs. Next. We hold space. That's what humans do. We hold space. Try this. See the effect in the room if you do the following thing. Okay, friends, does anyone know what the vertex for this parabola is? It's okay if you don't know. It's okay if you don't know. I love that stuff. Or how about this? All right, so we graphed lines using plotting points, and we did slope-intercept. Great. So which do you prefer? There's no wrong answer. There's no wrong answer. The mind of a child is a constant barrage. It's a what do you call it? Like one of those gauntlets. It's a gauntlet of, I'm going to eventually be right, and it's probably going to happen soon, and it's going to happen wrong. I'm eventually going to be wrong, excuse me. It's going to happen soon, and it's going to be public, and I'm going to feel bad about it because I can't do lots of things. So just giving them a space, there's no wrong answer. It's just what you feel. It's just what you feel. I love that kind of space that we open for the kids. Also, scale of 1 to 10 is nice. How well do you think you get this on a scale of 1 to 10? There's no wrong answer. And they're like, 6? And they're like, okay. Now it's ours, though. 6, 7, Santa nailed that one. Yeah. I'll take that because we had one and now it's ours. For a second, it'll evaporate when we walk out of the room. Okay. You can't just climb the ladder and kick it. Anyway. Yeah. Here's another one for holding space, the most timeless way of owning space. So students like, I think you multiply by 4 and then, no, 4x, divide by 4x. You divide by 4x and then they're looking at you. They're looking at you during these moments. Divide by 4x and they're looking for feedback. And this is what I do. Never mistake my silence with you doing something wrong. It appears that you're thinking. I love it. Keep going. Silence has been ripped from these students' lives, and they're conditioned. That's the word. They're conditioned to believe that silence means that they're wrong. Sorry, I'm behind you here. They're conditioned to believe that silence is wrong, and that happens probably with home, friends, whatever. They use the word awkward and things like that. We're going to take silence back. It's ours. It's everyone's. And then guess what? After they work through something in their mind, you could say to them, many people believe that people in your generation are unable to participate in extended and deep thought. Exhibit A. And you create the moment that like, oh, I can just sit and think and have space to do that. It's a beautiful thing. Do you see all of these are predicated on human energy? And then they're great for learning because then they have more time to think. Holding space is also saving face. Saving face. Students love this. They'll get your back for this. Okay, so what do we do next? Student says, subtract x2 on both sides. And then I'm like, we could say, yes, that's correct. I know you mean x squared. Yes, subtract x squared on both sides. See that little space? Yes, that's correct. I know you mean. So you create a space And then you use it to offer feedback. Because they were right about the step, why not acknowledge that? That's what holding space is. That's what that means. We create it, and then we fill it, and then they feel good, and then they learn. Last one. What do human beings offer? What do we offer in the teaching space? What do they want? What do they need? We honor. We honor. Look, sometimes we just need to hear this. This is the bottom line. I'm not afraid to do this with you. Teaching is among the most honorable things in the history of humankind. It is. Let's just say that. Let's put that out. We're here together. It flew all the way here. Of course I'm going to have this. I want to say that with you. Let's lean into that honor. Lean into the honor. Lean and embody the honor. And you could do that by honoring them. And if we honor them, they'll honor us back. Here's an example. Okay, friends, please list the factors. Students like, wait, what do you mean list the factors? And I say, thank you for clarifying. Thank you for clarifying. So it's not up to you to figure out what you did wrong. You're not wrong for not understanding. I need to do a better job. Or you could say, I understand why you would ask that. Let me try to rephrase that. So now you're giving them permission. You're honoring their process, their question, and taking the onus off them. That's an honorable thing. And doing it publicly too, that's nice. Thank you for clarifying, right? You ask a question. Thank you for, and everyone sees that. So now everyone knows that the questions are welcomed. That's baked into the sauce. Other people feel honored to do that as well. I understand your logic. I love that. I understand why you would say that. There'll be an example like this. What times itself is 16? Students like 8. And you're like, okay, I understand why you would say that. I understand your logic. I follow. If I said what plus itself is 16, you'd be right. But I asked what times itself, and they're already probably figured it out by now. But the fact that they are experimenting, that they're putting themselves out there, oh yeah, I understand your logic. They love this. This is honorable. I understand why you're saying this. All right, then the last few of these. And this probably comes from my heritage. I'll tell you. I'll do one more before the heritage one. Have you ever had a student say, can you look at my work, either on the computer or paper? Can you look at my work? Try this. Right, you take this, and you're like, this is good work. Could you look at a number 5 compared to, can you look at my work? Sure. Number 5, is the purpose of our job to find things wrong all the time? That's what we're so, that's like programmed. Wrong fix, wrong fix, wrong fix, wrong fix, wrong fix. No, no, no. We honor them by all the work. That's good work. And then we go into the thing. Sometimes we get swept up in it. We have to come back and hit the brakes a little on that. And onto the heritage thing. So my parents were born in Iran, and there's a very kind of hospitable culture with that. It's like highly honor-based. It's like has its roots also in Japanese culture, where the way you honor is this kind of deferential energy. And it works for me. However you want to honor is like what feels right in your body, in your mind. But for me, it seems to really work with the students. Let's say students on a roll, getting it. So right. So then we add that to both sides, and I'm like, I turn into like my old Persian uncle. I'm like, very good, yes. I'm like, very good. Like I'm almost bowing here. I'm not telling you should bow. I'm not saying that. But like, students are best when they're empowered, right? It's about their energy. It's about their flourishing. The ideal situation, and why I'm ending on this note, is our ideal outcome is that we step aside, boom, train is them, goes by, whap. They just go, they're flourishing. So that's when I go into deferential mode. No, give, and then they start to hesitate. No, more. No, keep going, go. I like it. Keep going. Like that, where I'm like taking myself out of the equation now. And that's a great way to honor, because it's really about, we only have this much time in their lives. And so we want to honor their existence, their path. I think we should end there. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for having me. Thank you. Yeah, yay, Matt.